Hey, howdy. Well, we finally made it. We have made it to the end of the list. This is the last game that I will check out. Everything from this point forward is either... Okay, this music is a little bit loud. I'll do to my dramatic speech in a second. This is the last game that I will check out by PopCap chronologically. Every game after this is either a Facebook Live service game, it's not worth checking out because it's an EA-made mobile game, or it's not available for purchase anymore at all. We made it. We made it to the zenith. So let's play some freaking Bejeweled. I'm gonna be real, I kind of missed this version. Because the one EA made, or I don't even know if it's EA made, the one more modern PopCap game that I do play is Bejeweled Classic, which is slowly slipping. I'm starting to notice some graphical bugs that are as a result of the game not being updated properly, so I fear that its time might be short. But most of what's in Bejeweled Classic is based directly on Bejeweled 3. So all the mechanics, all the modes, basically everything. And I mean, for a lot of people, myself included, this is the definitive Bejeweled. When you think of Bejeweled, you think of this right here. Or maybe you think of Bejeweled 2 if you played it when you were younger. And I mean, that's the funny thing. I played Bejeweled 2 when I was younger, and I still think of this as the definitive edition. But it's kind of ridiculous to think about. When I started doing this series, it was before this summer. Because I think in the Noah's Ark video, the reason why I was so eager to talk about artificial intelligence is the last day of AI was like the day before. So I came home and was like, screw it, let's play some PopCap, let's talk about AI. Let's see where it leads. And I'm genuinely very proud of it. Okay. I cleared my data. I'm not gonna ask how I got that badge. Let me try and get to stage 5 so that we can unlock all the secret modes. Because this mode in particular, if I remember correctly, this is essentially the campaign mode that gets unlocked. And there's some goofy stuff in there, so I want to show it off. But it'll be fun to see, because it'll be fun to see who all has actually played this one, because I feel like when you think about the Bejeweled games that people have actually played, the Bejeweled games, the PopCap games rather, this is one of the few that even now you have a good chunk of people who have actively played this game. It's like this game, Plants vs. Zombies, and Peggle sorta, but the way that people described Peggle, it always kind of came across as a streamer game more than a game that people sought out by themselves. It's a game that people like to watch, but not necessarily a game that people like to play themselves. But the question remains, what the heck am I gonna do now? Well, I have something cooking that will pad out the time. Between winter break and when I come back and have the ability to record videos with this audio quality again. And I'll be honest, for most of the time that I'm on winter break, the main upload that I'm going to be doing is just OSTs. Because I think I'm off campus for about a month or so, a little bit over a month. So I feel like that's ample time to completely fill out the soundtracks that I've been meaning to upload. But I have plans for one other thing that'll pad out the time. Also, before I forget, I'm going to preemptively quit out of Discord. Oh, come on. Okay, let's try Zen mode. Zen mode in this game is hilarious. Because on one hand, it is genuinely kind of a cool concept, because it's you can put in like, there's like a breath modulator, there's ambient sounds, there's mantras, there's like a whole bunch of like relaxation stuff. The funny part is that there's no like it's no trouble at all to extract the text file where all the stuff is stored. I think it's just in the game's files. There's a .txt file that stores all of the mantras, and you can replace them with your own. It's like Spelunky, where you can just put in the goofiest shit to this mode that's supposed to be super like zen and super relaxed. You just get interrupted by big text across the screen that says Ligma. No, come on. No! Oh, that's unfortunate. The cascade. I also, if I remember correctly, this is also the version of the game that was adapted into Bejeweled Blitz. Which is very silly to think about. What is the... Ah, there we go. Butterflies. The worst game mode in the game. But speaking of Blitz, let's just do some. This mode is fun as hell. Ah! The music is also subtly different in this version versus Blitz, and I don't really know why. It was pretty iconic regardless. Blazing speed. Yes. Yes. The dopamine flows. The dopamine flows. My leg is bouncing like crazy, I don't know why. Also, one of my favorite things about Bejeweled Classic is, I don't know why this is a feature, but there are actually microtransactions, but the microtransactions do not work. They are completely broken. Now let's do quest. Why did it have to start with this? This mode's kinda cringe, not gonna lie. Match 15 butterflies, good lord. I was a good lord. Good lord. Oh, don't tell me do I lose already? Yep. Damn. Well, that's unfortunate. Luckily, I don't have to do all of these. I just have to do... I only have to do a certain amount. So I'm going to start with alchemy, because you might notice... This is a freaking reference! I was so proud of myself when I realized what this was a reference to. It's ye olde PopCap game Alchemy that it's referencing. And for what it's worth, is a pretty cool concept as well. But even up to this point, when they still were putting new coats of paint on stuff, PopCap was still the PopCap that everyone loved. At least for the remainder of the year. I didn't actually get this reference initially. This is a reference to Bejeweled Twist, because Stratomax was the name of one of the challenge planets. Calm down there, game. I need to actually make moves. Or maybe I don't. At this rate, it's basically doing my job for me. Yeah, it did that in half the moves, because the game decided to play the game for me. This is interesting. It's Avalanche. I don't know if this is a reference to something, but it's an interesting gimmick. I'm kind of surprised that the hint functionality works even in these goofy ass modes. I wonder if they had to account for that. But I am basically playing big money right now. But in reverse. What's the opposite of big money? Mortgage payments?
Quest completed.
Oh, this isn't the great one. There's an awesome one that I unlock from this, I think, by completing the first quest. Diamond Mine. Diamond Mine is probably the best Bejeweled like game type that they've ever made. It's genuinely so fun. Nice. There's a chance that I just eat dirt and never get to do anything over on that side. Come on, game. Please don't let me eat crow. Please. No, I don't want to eat crow. Yes! No crow for me today.
Quest completed.
Behold. I've also unlocked Diamond Mine, which is also a freaking reference, which I didn't even get at first. Diamond Mine was the original name for Bejeweled before it was called Bejeweled. There's also Time Bomb. This is a weird one. This is another, fairly certain this is also inspired by Bejeweled Twist. I mean, I don't know what else it would be. The trouble with this mode is that you have to actually match the gems. It's not like Twist where you can just wait out the timer. Though I guess there's also, well, kind of a moot point actually. I was about to say, at least there's no whatever like the hyper crazy kind of time bomb was called. I mean, yeah, that's cool. It's not here, but that's because you can't make empty matches in this game. Match 15 red. Oh, right, this is really cool. Match 15 red and 15 blue, but keep things balanced. This is a very interesting mechanic. And there we go. I think I remember seeing that there's even, like, if it starts to get too hot or too cold, it'll start to like add a vignette to the screen where it gets like sweltering hot, or it starts to like put frostbite on the edges of the screen. It's cute. Oh, this is the good music. This is the mechanic that's used for most of almost called a Gold Rush. For most of Diamond Mine, this is the main mechanic. And it's not the best. It's not the best game mode sometimes because, you know, doing anything precision-based in Bejeweled is just going to end poorly. But thankfully, a lot of time spent in this game is getting lucky with things like hypercubes appearing off the top and just blasting your way straight through levels. If I could just crack this, then that's unfortunate. I just need to get down to the bottom layer, and I win. All right. That's it. And I'll wait on butterflies. Are there any here? I don't think there's any unique ones here that we're not going to see. Because I believe this unlocks Diamond Mine. Classic unlocks Poker. Let's do Diamond Mine first because I love this mode. Because to counterbalance how difficult this mode can be to get to the bottom, They reduce the number of gem types that can appear. At least at first. I forget if they eventually bring the number back up. But right now it is way easier to make special gems because there's just less gem variety. There you go, there's the blues. We're still missing oranges, but I imagine that'll come in time. And even with all the gem types, it's still super easy to make special gems. Is simply a good game mode. Not much else to really say there. And there's even cute little references back to the other PopCap games. Like, I forget what it is for Plants vs. Zombies, but there's like a little like Bjorn horseshoe. I think there's references back to like Bookworm and shit. It's great. Seconds. All clear, let's go. Can I get the double hyper? I'm almost there, actually. The chance is low, but the chance is not zero. I just need to, like, carefully dig around it. Uh-oh. Whoever threw the C4 down the mine, you gotta be more careful. You're gonna get someone killed. Like that. I can delay it as long as I need. Nah, I can't. I'm close. I was close though. Oh, if I had matched that hypercube, that would have been a perfect. Look at that. something that does make me really sad is I don't think PopCap was so I don't think EA bought PopCap because they were under hard times. In fact, hell, I think it was the opposite. The reason why they bought PopCap in the first place, the quote I heard thrown around was they bought us because we were Pixar and then we stopped being Pixar, something like that. And it's so disappointing because EA does not exactly jump for original IPs like they used to. There has not been a Boom Blocks-esque series in a really long time where EA just goes, you know what? Let's see if this works. They know what works and they stick with it like their lives depend on it. And it's really sad to see. Because one of the companies that they acquired in trying to stick with what works was one of the best innovators in the casual genre. And now they're reduced to a shell of their former self. Quite literally, when they merged, they also fired a bunch of people that were working at I believe it was PopCap Vancouver, I think, was the one that they dismantled. 'Cause I'm pretty sure PopCap Seattle still operated for a while, but it was the external office that was downsized. And around that time, they let George Van go, too. Which is such a shame. Like, PopCap had already been going on for a while, but George Van really found his footing pretty late in their lifespan. Because Insaniquarium was his baby, but Plants vs. Zombies is his best work. And PvZ came out in, I believe, 2010, and PopCap was acquired in 2011. So God knows what he could have come up with if he just had more time to operate under his own game development umbrella. Besides Octageddon, I guess, but we already know what Octageddon's like because that game's out. And I gotta say, I heartily recommend Octageddon. It's not my favorite, but I can't help but respect the style. The sheer style of chaos and madness that George Van just emanates. Not to mention, a good friend of George Van's, who sort of helped to publicize Octageddon and also just has been buds with him for ages, is Edmund McMillan. Because, fun fact, at a certain point, PopCap Games Incorporated was an indie developer. And wherever there's indie developers, there is Edmund McMillan. Like, Isaac aside, he is one of the most influential indie devs that I think ever. He's done so many different projects and is friends with so many different people who went on to make great indies. Most of which are still active and pretty great people. And a fun place where this is showed off is actually in the credits of The End Is Nigh. There's a little part where it lists off some of the testers for the game, and it feels like an indie dev curtain call. there's so many names there that I looked at and had to do a double take. Like, wait a minute, is that the same guy who? Yes, it is. I don't remember all the names off the top of my head, but there's Tyler Glale, James Id, Tyrone Rodriguez, Jonathan Blow, the creator of Braid, Derek Yu, the creator of Spelunky, I think McMillan himself, Danielle McMillan, crap, that's all that comes to mind, but it's a lot. There are a lot. Oh, Matty Thorson is also on that list. Credited as Matt Thorson because it was before her transition. But all of them are old school Newgrounds devs, and all of them are at least acquainted with Edmund McMillan. It's kind of insane.
30 seconds.
His is definitely a name that I recommend looking up on Moby Games, because he's just everywhere. Oh, right, and the reason why I brought it up, George Van is also on that list of testers. It slipped my mind, but he's also there. The guy who made Plants vs. Zombies, the guy who made Braid, the guy who made Spelunky, and the guy who made The Binding of Isaac are all on the same list. Beta testing for a game. And that is ridiculous. Okay, let's try Classic again. I'm in the zone, finally. I'm in the Bejeweled zone. Ah. This instant replay feature is adorable, I have to say. They started doing this in Peggle, and again, they didn't get to do this for too many games, but it's a very funny feature. Good. Come on? Ah. My hope is that they would spawn side by side so we can get the double hypercube. But I don't think that's happening today. Okay, we're almost there. That's something else that's great about the soundtrack, by the way. This soundtrack is also done by Skaven, just like all the others. And I mean, as far as Bejeweled stuff goes, I still think his best work is oh, what's it called? It's the music for Bejeweled 2, I think is his best work. Because it is this massive... I think it's called Beyond the Network, if I remember correctly, but I could be wrong on that. It's this massive, like, 35 to 40 minute long suite. It's so good. And for Bejeweled, of all things. PopCap just managed to find a master of his craft in his prime. And he still does stuff now, too. There's poker. That's the thing that's awesome about Skaven as well. He still does music to this day. He's not, like, some of the older composers only did music for a few of the games and then kind of just vanished because they found other work or something happened or I don't know. There are some that after they're done with PopCap, they kind of just disappear off Moby games for whatever reason. Skaven is not one of those people. He disappears off of Moby games, and then but his SoundCloud is still active. And he still does shit. And that rules. Alright, level 5. Now we do poker, I guess. And this mode is hilarious to those that haven't seen it. Makes me sad that EA never made... I don't think EA ever made, like, a... What's the word for it? Like Bejeweled Vegas edition, basically. Like a slot machine for this. Because I get the feeling, considering the clientele, the average clientele of Las Vegas, I feel like they would make bank with it. Because a lot of their clientele are middle-aged people who probably grew up playing Bejeweled, or playing PopCap games in general. Or at least have kids that did. That's a flush! I do not usually do this well in this mode. There you are. Me a full house. Yeah, that's not good. Come on, win the coin flip. I got the odds. Yeah! Oh! That's 3 of a kind. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I think that's every mode except for butterflies, so I guess we'll do butterflies last. I do not care for this mode, but I will do it for the sake of showing it off, you know. This is also the mode where random shit just likes to happen. Like that. Like, it's fun in that regard because the gems are constantly shifting around. But sometimes you end up with an orange in a row by itself and it's just miserable. Like this. Oh, I should not have done that, actually. I had a lifeline, and I used that lifeline to go fishing. I went freaking skinny dipping with fate. And it somehow worked out. I wonder, does this actually go off? It does, interesting. I gotta say, I am very tempted to put butterflies in the Bejeweled mod. I don't know if I'm going to or not, but it would be... I feel like it would be funny, and that boosts the chance of me adding it by, like, 40%. No! The Black Widow has it. Sad. 90 butterflies, though. Good God. Oh, right. I forgot about Ice Storm. This is kind of a mid mode. But I'll give it credit for the original concept. Ice is coming in from the bottom. You have to match in a column specifically to break the ice. Now, please... Uh-oh. Bad, bad, bad. Nice. The orchestra hit is very funny. And I mean, the trouble that I'm noticing with this is that you have no control over this. It really is just match until you get unlucky enough that you are forced to stop playing. Because what strategy is there for Bejeweled past a certain point? It's just Bejeweled. Like, the best you can do is clever placement of special gems. Oh. But even then, how much control do you really have over placement of special gems? It just becomes whack-a-mole after a certain point. Oh god. I know in a game like this, spamming the hit button is the equivalent of using aim assist, but I don't care. I wonder if I just got the achievement that everyone complains about or not. Multiplier by 7, oh my god. This is so stressful, but I like it. That does it, yeah. Almost 1,000,000 points, holy shit. Oh god, what is the platinum on that? 15? It's ridiculous. 16? But yeah, and that'll have to do it for me. Bejeweled, huh? Thanks so much for watching.